always giving us fire, So, without any further ado, I want to bring on international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development, my good brother, Mr. Michael Diamond. You there?
Yes, I'm here, Master Jamil. I'm here, and thank you so much. I really appreciate that introduction. I'm excited. I'm excited about the word today. And I just want to say to you and the team and to people all around the world, thank you for your relationship and your commitment to AI Global and Master Jamil. Master Jamil is a man of integrity, is a man of honor. He's a man that you can rest and park your life with. He's the type of man you can partner with. He always operates in excellence. His integrity is impeccable, and his character is without question. For 21 years, I have studied his life, watched his life, had the privilege to speak into his life as he's spoken into mine. He's a man that you can follow, you can partner with, and stay with. He's a family man, a man of integrity, loves God. You are safe with him. I'll see you in the winner's circle with Master Jamil. So, Master Jamil, without further ado, I just want to say that the title of today is Hold On to Your Dream. Hold on to your dream. Hold on to your dream. I just want to say I don't know that maybe you're at Yale University, maybe you're at Howard University, maybe you just want to live a better life, maybe you just want to have more time with your children, you want better health. Whatever it is, your finances, whatever it is, hold on to your dream. You got to hold on to it. You have to embrace it. You have to engulf it and take it and talk about it. You've got to hold on to your dream. Your dream might be just better health. Your dream might be just to earn a little bit more so that you can do a little bit more for your family, but hold on to your dream. And understand that every dream comes with adversity. Remember that. Like Tyler Perry tells this story that he got knocked down again and again and again. And he had these dreams. He just wanted to give plays. He just wanted to empower people, inspire people, and motivate people. In fact, he tells this story that he put all his money into this one event, holding on to his dream. And he was so excited. It looked like this was going to be the big one. It looked like this was going to be the play that really took him over the top. And then right before the play, they announced that a storm was coming through town, stormed out. He lost all his money. The play didn't go through. Nobody showed up. So you got to remember that sometimes when you're holding on to your dream, you're going to be faced with adversity. You're going to get socked in the stomach. There's going to be times that you get knocked down. But just remember, if you get knocked down, fall on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Fall on your back. I just want you to know that as you run towards your dream, to hold on to your dream, you have to remember your identity. Remember, you got to understand that you're big enough to do this. You got to understand that you're a champion. You've got to infuse your mind with these things, and you've got to get a vision of what it looks like. You've got to get a vision. I heard a story by Joel Osteen with his mother, and I really love Joel Osteen, the work he's doing around the world. And maybe you're in France, maybe you're in Italy, maybe you're in Rome, maybe you're in Compton, maybe you're in Frisco, Sacktown, maybe you're in Vegas. Wherever you're at, just remember, get a vision of your dream. Get a vision of it. The story of Joel Osteen, he talked about his mom who was dying of cancer. She had withered down to some 100 pounds or less, and she was just believing God. She was quoting scriptures. She was standing in the gap for her dream, and that she would get healed. And what she did, I thought was miraculous. He said she put up pictures of what she used to look like when she was healthy. All around the house, she put up pictures of when she was vibrant and when she was healthy. And what that did is painted a picture for her to hold on to the dream of health. So you might be struggling today with something. Find a picture. They say that you should have a vision board. With your success, you should have a vision board. In your success, make sure you have a vision board so that you know what your success looks like. It might be that you want to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. Try to find a picture of yourself when you were in better shape. Try to find a picture when you felt better. Get that picture of yourself and hold on to your dream. And know that if you can see the invisible, You can do the impossible. We have talked about that. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Hold on to your dream. Know that if you see it in your mind, you know what I love about painting visions and painting pictures. God said to Abraham, you can have as far as you can see. You know, you've got to stimulate your imagination and you've got to use vision. You know, we talked about before Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. He had a dream. He had lost everything. He was 65 years young and broke. I mean, he was earning $205 a month. 65 years old. Envision that. 65 years young and earning $205 a month. He was sitting under a tree contemplating suicide. He had just convinced himself, I'm committing suicide. This is not going to work. He's just ready to take his life. But then he said, I'm going to give it one more try. And what he did is he said he kept looking at the future. He kept looking at his vision. He kept looking at his dream. He kept believing that it's possible. He kept saying, I can and I will, and that settles it. He kept saying, I can and I will, and that settles it. He kept saying, I can and I will, and that settles it. Like you can live your dream. He kept looking at his vision and he kept holding on to his dream. And I've told you the story before. When he decided, I'm going to give it one more try, he said, I'm going to go for it one more time. And all he had was his chicken. That's what he had. That was his dream. And I don't know what your dream is, but what I do know about you is that you're a fighter. I don't know everything about you, but what I do know about you is that you're a winner. I don't know everything about you, but I do know that you have aspirations to be better. I do know that you're a giver and that you care about other people. And I know that Olympic Arc is an absolutely amazing vehicle to touch other people's lives. And what I do know is that if you didn't care about other people, you wouldn't be involved in this. What I do know is that you're a giver and that you've got a great heart. But one thing I do know is that people that have a great heart oftentimes get hurt. And what I say is, you know, I heard a service once say that, who offended you and stopped you from receiving your miracle? Who offended you and stopped you from receiving your miracle? If you're going to reach your dream, and you will, if you're going to shatter through your glass ceiling, and you will, you've got to remember that you do not want to let yourself get offended. Every time you get an opportunity to get offended, you've got to remember Proverbs 16:32. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit is better than he that taketh a city. You've got to control your emotions if you're going to reach your destination, and you will reach your destination. I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in the champion in you. I believe that you will overcome every obstacle that is thrown your way. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God delivers us out of them all. We've got to be patient, like Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders, it took him 1,102 tries. You know, that's what I love about holding on to your dream. You know, I'd like to see where Colonel Sanders was at rejection number 700. It took him 1,102 tries. What was his internal conversation at rejection 700? When he was at rejection 700, see, a lot of us, when it comes to our dream, life will beat you down, life will knock you down, life will stomp you down and kick you if you let it. And because you got to fight back. You got to know that you're a champion and you're a winner. If you get knocked down, get back up. When you get knocked down, get back up. But I'd like to know what he was thinking on rejection number 873. When he got rejected 873 times. Because I know there's been times when I got rejected 3 or 4 times and I'm like, this is it. That's it. I'm done. I mean, you know, I've had those moments where after rejection number 5, you know, some people say, you know, I've tried this thing 5 or 6 times, Diamond. It don't work, man. I'm done, man. I said 5 or 6 times? Oh, yeah, 5 or 6 times. And I said, well, you know, what about Thomas Edison? It took him 10,000 tries to create the light bulb. And after 5,000 tries, his associates and his friends came to him and said, Thomas, Let it go. You failed 5,000 times, 5,000 tries. And Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail 5,000 times. I just discovered 5,000 ways that don't work. I'm getting back to work. You got to hold on to your dream. You got to hold on to your dream. You got to know that it's possible. You got to see it in your mind's eye. You got to see it in your mind's eye. See whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You got to get a vision of it. You got to get a vision in your mind and fall in love with that. I'd like to know what Colonel Sanders' vision was at rejection number 907. 907. It took him 1,104 tries to get his first contract. What was his mindset after rejection 907? You know, you've got to hold on to your dream. You've got to know that if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. You've got to take full responsibility for your vision. You've got to take full responsibility for your dream and know that you've got to fall in love with your dream. Eleanor Roosevelt said that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt said that the future belongs to those that believe in the beauty of their dream. Believe in your dream. Believe in yourself. You've got to know it. And I don't care if you might be in Southeast Asia. You might be in Vietnam. You might be in France. You might be in Paris somewhere. You might be in Howard University. You might be contemplating falling out of school because now we've got the coronavirus. No one's watching you. You know, there's a saying about success. Success exposes who you truly are because in order to be successful, you've got to go through the furnace. You've got to go through the furnace. You're going to, like I said, Colonel Sanders at rejection number 907, what was his mindset? At rejection number 1,000, at rejection 958, rejection number 999, knowing that right around the corner, now Colonel Sanders is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate all around the world. But it holds true for Colonel Sanders as it holds true for you. Winners never quit and quitters never lose. Quitters never win. Winners never quit and quitters never lose. Winners never quit and quitters never win. You've got to remember, I'll get this right sometime this year. You've got to remember that your success is hinging on you to hold on to your dream. You've got to hold on to it. I mean, you got to hold on to it like somebody holding on to you got to hold on to it like you're holding on to a Subway sandwich when you're starving. You know how you're holding on to that Subway sandwich when you're hungry and you're holding on to it. You look like a little pit bull. You ready to fight somebody? Look here, you got to hold on to your dream, man. You got to, and you get a pit bull and you put something in their mouth. You got to, and they just hold. That's how you got to hold on to your dream. You know, what they said about Nelson Mandela, it took him, he was in prison for 27 years. Matiba, there was mention that there were times that people thought that they could hear maybe a cry coming out of his cell, that he could hang in there for 27 years, that there were times that maybe he had a good cry. 27 years. I mean, he went to prison. Now, I could see if he murdered somebody. I could see if he shot somebody. I could see if he robbed somebody. I mean, I could see doing time behind that. I mean, this man went to prison because he was trying to create freedom for his people. He was just trying to get the apartheid to be fair with the people in South Africa. They arrested him on trumped up charges and he went to prison for 27 years. But he held on to his dream. He believed down in his heart, as I said, if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. And he believed that he would come and end the apartheid. And after 27 years, he held on to his dream. So the question is, what is your dream? What is your aspiration? Do you have it written down? Can you see it? Is it concrete? Is it real? So it took Colonel Sanders 1,102 tries. I'd like to know what his mindset was on 1,101. Was he just saying to himself, this is it, I'm going to do this one more time? That's the way success is. Just when you're ready to give up, just when you're exhausted, and you think to yourself, I can't do this diet one more day. Those Twinkies on top of the refrigerator look too darn good. I'm going to get that bag of potato chips. I'm going to go ahead and get that pint of ice cream. I don't care, y'all. I'm going to get that ice cream. And every time you walk down the aisle when you're in the grocery store, that ice cream be calling you. I'm over here. I'm over here. Rescue me. I'm over here. Those bag of potato chips. You know, you buy those bag of potato chips and you say, you know what? I'm not going to eat them. I'm just going to get them just in case we have company. That's all I'm getting the chips for, just in case we have company. And then at 2:30 in the morning, you end up eating a whole bag. Look, you got to hold on to your dream. Hold on to your dream. I'll never forget when I was in a major accident. I was in a major accident in a head-on collision. The car hit me so hard, I still don't remember what happened. It was a Volkswagen van, hit me head on at about 55 miles an hour, spun me around, hit me I spun around 7 times and dropped into a ditch. The windshield busted in my face. My face was bleeding. Praise God, my whole face could have been busted out. When they finally got me out of the car, evidently an angel had wrapped itself around me, because when they got me out the car, they said that you should be decapitated. They got me out the car, drugged me out the car, got me to the hospital. All my family was around me. They were like, look, you're working too hard, Michael. Just, come on, cool it out. Just stop. You don't have to work so hard. Everything's going to be all right. You don't have to be such a big dreamer. Come on, why don't you stop? But, I live by a principle that I want you to adopt and get in your spirit. Think big, believe big, act big, and the results will be big. Think big, believe big, act big, and the results will be big. It wasn't long after that accident, I found myself standing in a window, and I was literally crying because everything had crumbled around me. And that's what I'm telling you. Sometimes life ain't fair. Sometimes life will just sock you in the stomach, and then as soon as you bend over to grab your stomach, sock you in the ear. When your ear is ringing, kick you in your shin. And then when you grab your shin, hit you in the back of your neck and knock you down. So you got to watch it. You got to understand that that's just life. It happens. Circumstances happen that are beyond your control. But what I am here to tell you is that as I was standing in that window and I was crying and I didn't know how I was going to make it, I said to myself that it's possible. And I started seeing the invisible. Because if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. I started saying to myself, I'm recovering. I'm bouncing back and finishing strong. I'm holding on to my dream. I will rebuild this. I will build this company. I will continue to move forward. And sometimes you just got to take baby steps. And it wasn't long. I started seeing it. And if you can see your success, if you see it, you can begin to say it. And once you begin to say it, you will begin to ultimately believe it. And once you believe it, it will manifest. I want you to understand this principle. What happens in life is we adopt the wrong principles in life. And it's no fault of our own, because we're born into the matrix of people that oftentimes aren't wealthy, aren't successful, don't understand the principles of transformation, don't understand the principles of success. And so we inherit our parents' philosophies. And most people think along the way when it comes to holding on to your dream. If you listen to people closely, they'll say to themselves, look, if I have more, I would do more, and then I would be a better person. If I had more money, I would do more, and I'd be a better person. If I had more, I could do more, and I'd be better. That's the reverse psychology. Nope, you got to reverse it. The real truth is you have to be, do, and have. If you be more responsible, if you be more aggressive, if you be more truthful to yourself, if you be more diligent, if you'll be more diligent, if you'll be more educated, if you be more aggressive, then you'll do more, Because if you be a person of integrity, if you be a person of excellence, if you be a person that takes care of business, you will do more. And when you do more, you'll have more. So that's the sequence. Be, do, and have. What most people think in them and they're taught and they inherit is, if I had more, I'd do more. And if I had more, I'd do more, and then I'd be happy. No, that's the reverse. You got to flip that script. You got to be happy with yourself wherever you are. Wherever you are, be content and happy with yourself. And then be a person of integrity. Be a person of excellence. Be a person that has a strong work ethic, like LeBron James. When you hear, you know the name LeBron James because he's a man of integrity. He's a man of excellence. He's being and operating in excellence. Because he's being more, he's doing more, and he's having more. So I want you to really write that down. Write that down. Be, do, and have. Be, do, and have. Kentucky Fried Chicken was a man that was being more assertive, being a man of excellence, being the type of man that was an I won't give up type of man, which caused him to do more. And because of that, he has more. Thomas Edison was being a man of diligence, consistency. Consistency impresses me. He was a man of consistency, a man of excellence. He was operating in excellence. He was being a spirit of excellence. And because he was being, he was doing, and thus having. So you got to remember, as you hold on to your dream, and when you think about transforming your life, I want you to operate under these three principles. I want you to be honest about where you are. Be honest about where you are. If you want to help more families, first of all, you have to be honest about where you are. I want to share this segue with you. I want to interject this quickly. You know, when I share with you that I've been the #1 top producer in 3 multi-million-dollar corporations, the #1 top producer in 3 multi-billion-dollar corporations, those accolades, the only thing that meant to me when I was #1 in the corporation, what it meant is I was being the best servant. That's what it meant to me, is that I was being the best servant, because the best servant shall be first. The best servant shall be first. Remember that. The best servant shall be first. You know, I practice. In fact, I used to tell Mansa Jamil 21 years ago, Mansa, you got to say things like, okie dokie.
Dokie.
You got to use words like okie dokie. He looked at me like, brother, are you done lost your mind? Okie dokie. I ain't never heard no brother say okie dokie. Man, you better get up out of here with that okie dokie. You done lost your mind, man. But you have to remember that when you deal with the diverse communities, you have to utilize vocabulary that people can relate to. I'll never forget when I used to do citing. This mentor, the guy happened to be a vanilla brother, real cool guy. He said, Diamond, look, you got to wear more plaid shirts. I'm like, plaid shirts? I am not the Bronny guy, okay? I am not on the Bronny commercial. He's like, look, you got to wear plaid shirts. People trust plaid shirts. I don't know why. So I went out and got some plaid shirts, and I felt like I was the only black man in town with plaid shirts. And I was knocking on doors with plaid shirts. Yeah, I'm an African-American brother, got a plaid shirt. And I remember, I never forget, people were welcoming me in the community that we were in. We were in an upper middle class community. And he was saying, in this income bracket, Diamond, you've got to acclimate to this income bracket. You can't be in this income bracket like you are in the low income bracket. Now, in the low income bracket, you can dress this way. But in this community, you got to dress this way. What that taught me was that there's a diversification that you have to exercise when it comes to being operating in excellence. When you're being a spirit of excellence, when you're being, remember, I want you to write that down. You've got to be, do, and have. I hear kids all the time. I hear people around the world. If I had more, I'd do more. If I had more, I'd do more. Then I'd be a happier person. It doesn't work that way. It's the absolute opposite. You've got to be a person of excellence who's being cognizant of everything that's coming out of their mouth. You've got to be a person that's willing to be a fighter. You've got to be a person that's willing to take a punch as well as throw a few punches. You know, in life, you got to throw some punches too. You can't just be a punching bag. When you hold on to your dream, you got to take a punch and you got to throw a punch. And throwing a punch means that you're going to speak the right words, that you're going to keep the right attitude, that you're going to keep believing the best in the worst of circumstances. Like I shared with you, it took Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders, 1,102 tries to get his first contract. He had his internal conversation had to be powerful. He had to keep saying, I can, I will, and that settles it. I can, I will, and that settles it. I can, I will, and that settles it. You've got to be a I can, I will, and that settles it type person. So as you hold on to your dream and that you look at that picture and you get that vision in your mind, first, you've got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe that it's possible. You got to get that in your spirit that it's possible. That whatever it is that you want to accomplish, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, like the Wright brothers, like Colonel Sanders, like Thomas Edison, like Nelson Mandela, you got to believe that it's possible. Nelson Mandela, when they asked him, well, Nelson, you've got to be, Mr. Mandela, you've got to be angry. You've got to be upset. You were incarcerated for 27 years. You've got to want to get back at the people that hurt you. Matiba, Nelson Mandela was recorded for saying, he said, actually, no, I'm very pleased and very happy about the 27 years because it actually allowed me to find myself. It actually allowed me to get in touch with myself. You see, perception is the gateway to greatness. Perception is the gateway to greatness. How you see things. Also, the solidification of your identity is the pathway to breakthrough and greatness in every area of your life. So if you're going to do it, you've got to know it's possible. And then you've got to be willing to pay the price. First, you got to know it's possible because it's there. You can do it. You can finish your school. You can get your med grad. You can graduate from Yale. You can graduate from Stanford. You can do this. You can get out of high school with a degree. You can be the first one to graduate out of college in your life. You can be the first one to break through the glass ceiling and provide finances for your family that have never existed. You can be the first one in your family. You can. You got to know it's possible. You got to be willing to pay the price. And then, most importantly, as I shared with you, you've got to see it. You got to see it. You got to know it's possible. You got to pay the price, and you got to see it. To hold on to your dream, you got to know what you're holding on to. You've got to have a picture of it. What does it look like? You know it's possible. You're willing to pay the price. But what does it look like? What do you look like 20 pounds less than you are? What does it look like? What do you look like 20 pounds less? What do you look like more rejuvenated? You know, I've got a series that we're going to do next week that's so powerful that's going to segue into this. But as I share with you, you know it's possible. You pay the price. You get a picture in your mind of what it looks like. And then hold on to that picture. You know, I like the story about Elvis Presley because Elvis Presley was a truck driver. Elvis Presley was going around telling everybody he's going to be the most famous pop star. He's going to be the famous rock and roll guy in the world. Elvis Presley was a truck driver. Elvis Presley drove trucks for a living. Elvis Presley didn't have two nickels together. I mean, Elvis Presley was driving a truck and was barely surviving. But he held on to his dream. He got kicked out of bands. He got told that he didn't have no kind of talent. He was told that he couldn't sing. He was told he couldn't dance. You know, one of Elvis's great moves was just shaking that leg. And after he got old and kind of heavyset, you know, Elvis was just that guy. But Elvis held on to his dream. What are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? I want you to know that you're absolutely beautiful. And that I love you, I care about you, I believe in you. I know that you can do it. Whatever it is, that you can do it. As I always say, if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. What is your dream? Hold on to your dream because it's possible. You can land that job. You can build this business. You can do this. You can build this business. You can get healthy. First, I want you to know that it's possible, that you've got to pay the price, and that you've got to get a picture of it, and then you've got to take care of yourself. Write that down. You've got to know that it's possible. You've got to pay the price. You've got to get a picture of it, and then you've got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. You got to learn to take care of yourself. You got to make sure you're drinking enough water. You're getting enough rest. Too many people show up at the door of success looking like a ragtag doll that just fell apart. I'll never forget when I brought Les Brown to town and he became my mentor. I'll never forget. I was so stressed out. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. I mean, I was on every dot. I was running around making every phone call. I didn't have anybody to delegate to. I learned a really interesting lesson about building success, and that is if you pay peanuts, you're going to get monkeys. I had a lot of monkeys. I had a lot of monkeys running around. I had monkeys running around everywhere because all I was paying was peanuts. I didn't have no money. And so, like I said, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. When I showed up at the show to bring Les Brown, my shirt was coming out of my pants was coming down, my belt was coming off. I hadn't been sleeping right. Look, in order to make it, you got to take care of yourself. You got to know that it's possible. Because if anybody else has done it, and even if nobody else has done it, know that it's possible. Like Roger Bannister, no one had ran the mile under 4 minutes, but Roger Bannister believed in his dream. He held on to his dream. Everybody kept telling Roger Bannister it's impossible, but Roger Bannister refused to believe them. Roger Bannister held on to his dream. So you got to know that it's possible. And then you've got to be willing to pay the price. You've got to get a picture of it in your mind, and you've got to take care of yourself. And then you've got to take action. You got to be willing to take the action steps that's needed to be done. Write it down what it is you need to accomplish. You know, too many of us are trying to accomplish a dream and a vision, and we don't have a roadmap. I mean, think about it. When you're putting a roadmap together, if someone brought you down to the ocean and put you in a beautiful ship and said, I want you to drive this ship to London. I want you to drive this ship to Hawaii. The first thing that you would be expected to want to know is, do I have the fuel to get there? And do I have some sort of map to get me there? It doesn't make sense for you to attempt to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish and you don't have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan for what you want to accomplish. You want to lose weight, you have to have a plan. You want to help more families, you have to have a plan. You want to be a better person, you have to have a plan. And you have to remember, again, a cycle that most of us have been taught: if I had more, I'd do more. Well, we're not called human doers, we're called human beings. So as being a human being, you have to understand the concept of being more cognizant, being more conscientious, being more aware of your circumstances, being more the fact that use your creativity. So you've got to be a person of excellence. You've got to be a person that takes action. You have to be a person of character. And then once you solidify your identity on what you're going to be, then it will empower you to do more. And once you do more, you'll have more. Most people don't do more because honestly, they're exhausted. Between the kids, between the job, between wrestling with the spirit of depression. And I know I want to touch on, a lot of people are wrestling with depression because I have to fight the spirit of depression. I have to fight the spirit of depression. I have to fight the spirit of pain and anxiety. I got injured seriously when I was in the military. When I was in the military, they thought I'd never walk again. And so I had to get a vision of me walking again. I'm like, I'm not going to lay in this bed the rest of my life. I've got to be able to get out of this bed. So I had to be a person of excellence. I had to be a person committed. I had to be committed. So as you understand this methodology and you understand the mindset that you have to adopt, you have to protect your mindset knowing to hold on to your dream. If you're going to make it, you've got to hold on to your dream because it's possible. It's possible. You've got to get that in your spirit that it's possible You got to know that I'm willing to pay the price, because as I shared with you before, it's hard initially. Yes, it's hard trying to lose weight. Yes, it's hard trying to build a business. Yes, it's hard trying to accomplish your dream initially. I want you to get that initially part, because whatever starts out hard, we acclimate to. We're creatures of acclimation. We acclimate to environments. We acclimate to communities. We acclimate to levels of stress and responsibility. So you know it's possible. You know that you're willing to pay the price. You get a picture of in your mind. You're willing to do the work. You're willing to take care of yourself and know that you're unstoppable. Remember, like I said before, you are invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are a champion, a world overcomer. You are invincible. So you've got to get that in your spirit. You got to know that you're invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, incapable of being defeated and subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. And you get that in your spirit and know that it's possible. It's possible, because if you get a vision, with a vision in your mind, you can transform the behavior of your children. When you know that you're going to hold on to your dream, I know that sometimes my kids start acting up. I have a vision for their dream. I mean, my oldest son used to cut up. I mean, he used to cut up like somebody doing the Running Man in the 80s. I mean, this kid used to cut up on me. And I kept holding on to that dream that he was going to be a powerful man in the land. I kept speaking that into his life. I kept speaking that into his life. So you've got to speak that into your life and speak that into the lives of the people around you. Because one of the toughest things that you're going to run into, now my son owns his own trucking agency. And now he's earning some $12,000 a month or better. And I remember when he was so broke, he couldn't pay attention. And I kept telling him, you're a mighty man of God, son. You're a blessing. You're going to make it. He used to be like, Dad, I tell my friends sometimes the things you say to me, and they start crying, Dad, because they don't got nobody telling them that. I'm telling you, if you speak the words over yourself and over your children, it's possible that they can do it. And I know. And I'm telling you, I had some kids that cut up on me. I'm telling you, I know what it's like to have kids and grandkids cut up. Right before I came on this show, my grandson was calling me about, are we still going to get that car and do this and do that and do that? You're going to have demands on your life. You're going to have stresses. You're going to have pressure. But I want you to understand it, that if you see it through the eyes of possibility, then you start minimizing the stress and look at it as a challenge. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. Know that if you hold on to your dream, and I don't know what your dream is, but I do know this. I know that you're a winner. I know that you're a fighter. And I know that you've been knocked down a few times. I know that life has slapped you around. I know that you've had some disappointments. And maybe somewhere in your past, like my past, you've had some challenges. Maybe you wrestled with drugs. Maybe you've wrestled with alcohol. Maybe things haven't always been perfect for you. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you lost everything, and you're saying to me, Michael Diamond, that all sounds good, holding on to my dream and everything, but right now, I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Then what you do like Colonel Sanders did, who was sitting under a tree, 65 years young, only earning $205 a month, went through a divorce, lost his daughter, lost everything in his life, was contemplating suicide, ready to take his life, and he said, I'm going to give it one more try. I want you to give it one more try. And don't worry about, I had a friend ask me once, he said, Diamond, how do you eat an elephant? And I was ready to slap him upside the back of his head. I'm like, how you eat an elephant? Where does that have to do with anything, man? We're in the middle of a serious conversation. I wanted to slap, I wanted to say, come over here. I love you, come here. I wanted to slap him upside the back of his head. You're going to ask me how I eat an elephant? We're in there trying to discuss. He said, Diamond, calm down. How do you eat an elephant? And I said, man, I wanted to go off, but I put a smile on my face. I was like, how? How do you eat an elephant. I wanted to choke him. And he was like, how? I wanted to slap him upside the back of his head like monkey. And then he told me, one bite at a time, Diamond. One bite at a time. Don't be overwhelmed with your aspirations. Don't be overwhelmed with what you want to accomplish. Don't be overwhelmed. Just remember, one bite at a time. And after he said it, I was like, okay, I don't want to slap you upside the back of your head. I want to hug you. Come here, man. He was like, now I want to slap you. Getting all upset, getting all angry. But so you got to remember, the way you eat an elephant, the way you accomplish your dreams is one bite at a time. The way Colonel Sanders, it took him 1,102 tries to get his first contract. You know, the tenacity, the character that had to take to accomplish 1,102 tries. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know if I would have made it 1,102 tries. I'm going to be honest. 1,102 tries? That's tenacity. That's taking it one bite at a time. You know, sometimes we say to ourselves, you know, I'm going on a diet. I'm going to go on a diet. And then after a week, when you haven't lost 30 pounds in the first 3 days, you're like, what the heck? Give me somebody. I'm going to slap somebody upside the back of their head. I'm done. Let me go on. I'm not doing the diet no more. You have to remember, one bite at a time. One bite at a time. You've got to, your success, one bite at a time. Remember, be patient with yourself. Have tenacity. Know that it's possible, that you can live your dream. Know that you are a champion. Know that you can do this. Know that if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Just keep seeing it in your mind. Keep seeing it, saying it, believing it, and you'll receive it. See it, say it, believe it, and receive it. See it, say it, believe it, and receive it. Know that you eat that elephant one bite at a time. Your success comes one step at a time. You don't have to take 50 steps. You don't have to get it all accomplished. And don't be deterred and discouraged when it doesn't look like it's working. Because here's this, one of the big secrets to success. When it doesn't look like it's working, it's actually working. You know, I learned that the hard way when I had situations happening in my own life, and I kept beating at that wall, I kept knocking on that door of success. I kept knocking on that door of success, and it's just like cutting a tree down. You keep whacking at that tree with that axe in your hand. You keep hitting at that. You keep hitting at it, and then eventually it's going to fall. You're going to hear somebody holler out, timber, and that tree's going to fall. So just remember, don't go around slapping people upside the back of their head. Stay focused. Know that it's possible. Know that you can live your dream. Say to yourself, write it down. It's possible. Be prepared to do the work. Get a picture in your mind of what it looks like. Take action and know that you will accomplish your dream. Hold on to your dream. Know that you are more than a conqueror. You are invincible. And don't get frustrated with yourself. Remember, most people fail. They say most people fail in life, not because of a lack of resources, not because of a lack of work ethic, because of broken focus, because of getting offended, because of getting hurt. You know, and we all get hurt. And I know that. I know what it's like to get hurt. I know what it's like to get frustrated. I know what it's like. So stay with the program. Keep telling yourself that I can and I will, and that settles it. I can and I will, and that settles it. Say it with me. I can and I will, and that settles it. Say it with me. I can and I will, and that settles it. Say it with me. I can and I will, and that settles it. Say it with me. I can, I will, and that settles it. Say it with me. I can, I will, and that settles it. Say it with me.
And that settles it.
I can, I will, and that settles it. I can, I will, and that settles it.
I can.
I can, I will, and that settles it.
I
Now, I
can
want you
and
to
I
do this with
will,
me.
and
I
that
want you to
settles it.
raise your right hand. I want raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Everybody raise your right hand. I'm going to deputize you into
Okay.
success. From this day forward, I deputize you into success, that you are invincible. You are unstoppable, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered. You're incapable of being defeated and subdued. You are a champion. From this day forward, repeat this. I am a champion.
I am a champion.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
Undefeatable.
Undefeatable.
Incapable of being conquered.
Incapable of being conquered.
Let's do that one more time. I'm incapable of being conquered.
I'm incapable of being conquered.
I'm incapable of being defeated.
I'm incapable of being defeated.
Subdued.
Subdued.
Or destroyed.
Or destroyed.
I am a champion.
I am a champion.
Now give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. All right. So I want you, as we wrap this up, as we close this, as we hold on to our dream, and we know that it's possible, and we know that it's possible, and that we make a plan for ourselves, and we know that it's hard. We know that it starts out hard initially, and we know that we're going to hold on to our dream, and we know that there's going to be moments where we get beat down, kicked down, things don't go right, but we're going to get back up. We're going to understand that we're unstoppable, incapable of being defeated, and that we're champions. You're going to get a picture of it in your mind of what you want to accomplish. You're going to realize that the only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So you don't have to worry about getting it all done. Don't rush yourself, stress yourself. Give yourself time to lose weight. Give yourself time to help families. Give yourself time for your miracle to appear. Just think, with all the Kentucky Fried Chickens that you see around the world, they are some $300 billion empire. If Colonel Sanders had given up anywhere along the way, we may never have seen Kentucky Fried Chicken. So you have to understand, consistency is what impresses you. Consistency impresses me. You have to see it, say it, believe it, and receive it. Whatever it is, whatever your dream is, if you're in school waiting to get your grad, if you're waiting to get your PhD, if you're in London waiting to get out of Oxford, if you're wherever you are in the world, if you're in Singapore, if you're in China, if you're in Japan, if you're in Little Chinatown in LA, if you're in Little Chinatown in San Francisco, if you're in San Francisco, Sacktown, Oakland, wherever you are around the world, if you're in Detroit, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, understand that it's possible, that you can live your dream, that you'll hold on to your dream. Hold on to your dream. Michael Jordan used to say this as I close this. Michael Jordan used to say he would see himself with winning the last shot, that he always wanted the ball because he was a visionary. So the question I have to ask you is, what do you see for yourself? I don't want the answer right now. I just want you to answer the question to yourself. What do you see for yourself? You've got to etch that out in your mind. You've got to know that it's possible, and you've got to have a vision. You are a person of vision. You've got to see that in your mind. You've got to etch it out in your mind and know, what do you see? What do I want? Most people don't accomplish their dream because they don't have a vivid, clear picture of what they want. I want you to know that it's possible. I want you to know that you're more than a conqueror, that it's invincible, that it's impossible for you to be defeated. I want you to know that I believe in you. I love you. I care about you. all around this world, know that you hold on to your dream. Know that it's possible. And when your kids get on your nerves, don't say nothing. When circumstances get on your nerves, don't say nothing. Just let it go. Because at the end of the day, you don't have energy to waste. You know, as we wrap this up and we go into our Thanksgiving week with over 250,000 people that have passed from coronavirus, I want you to celebrate knowing that you've got to be special. You're still here. So if you don't have a white chalk line etched around your body, it's a great day. Don't you give yourself no reason to be upset. Don't let nothing upset you. Don't let nobody get on your nerves. Don't let nobody work your nervous system. Know that you are a champion and you celebrate life. You speak to your reality, speak to your world. Know that it's possible. Know that if you see it, say it, and believe it, you will receive it. Know that deep down in your body, know that the only way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Don't go slapping nobody upside the back of the head. Just know that it's possible. See your vision. Know that you can do it. And Malik, this is for you. You've got to reach in. It's time for you to reach in the lion's mouth. Take what belongs to you. It's time for you to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth, and take what belongs to you. My name is Michael Diamond, international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development. Speak to your world, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much, Diamond. Everyone here, I'm sure everyone appreciates you. Won't you guys unmute your lines and share with Diamond some love?
We appreciate you, Michael Diamond.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I mean, I care about you. I love you. You guys mean I'm praying for you. Just a couple of quick questions. Mike, how's everything going with you?
Which one of these?
What?
No good.
Desiree, Mike's on the line. How's everything going?
Hey, everything's going good.
I like your hair. It looks really pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't be showing out now. Don't be showing out, Desiree. Don't be showing out.
I'm powerful.
That's it.
I'm powerful. I'm unstoppable. Okay.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going
You look
head
beautiful.
forward, full force.
Tell me
I'm
what's
in full
going
force
on.
mode right now. I'm in
You
full
look
force
amazing.
mode.
I am so proud of you.
Yes.
I am so
excited. I'm
So
just
proud of
excited
you.
about what's getting ready to happen for me. I'm excited about my future.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. Yes, a spirit of expectation. I keep a spirit of expectation, Desiree. I do. I keep believing that something great is going to happen. I mean, that's what it's all about. Infusing yourself and believing the best. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Well, you look radiant. You look powerful. I am proud of you. How's the family? How's the kids?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. I've had a couple of moments, but they were.
Fantastic.
I've had a couple of challenging moments, but you know what? I didn't give away my. I didn't give away my energy. I held on to my energy.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
I did not give it away. So
You look
like
amazing.
I said, that's what makes me powerful. Just being on here with you and being connected with my mentors and having the backing that I need to keep me pushing forward. I can't fail. I cannot fail.
That's right.
I've got too much to do. Too much to do. Yes.
That's that.
I'm excited.
I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you, Desiree. I see the growth in you. I see the development in you. I see the composure, your whole demeanor. You look amazing. You really do. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate
Guys,
it.
I really appreciate everyone's coming. Keep showing up to grow up. This is what we do. And we're going to see you guys in the winner circle, like Michael Diamond said, guys. So Again, see you guys at the top because you know the bottom is way too crowded. Peace and abundance and light. Peace.
Trump dummy, Trump dummy, Trump dummy.